Have you ever cheated? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. The girls have not really been napping at the same time lately. Stella's been going down like way after or way before Lucy. I'm usually stuck filming while they're awake, but luckily Stella is napping right now and Lucy is playing quietly with blocks, so I'm going to try to get this video filmed. I asked you guys over on Instagram to ask me questions for my monthly Q&A. I would say I do them most months. Do I do them every month? No, but I got a lot of questions this time, like the most I've ever gotten, so I'm just gonna try to speed through them. What's one thing you wish you could go back and tell your pre-mom self about motherhood? So I was one of those before I had kids that if I saw a screaming child in public somewhere, I'd be like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Why do they have them out? Like, take them home, discipline them. I roll at myself. Go back and tell myself to like have a little grace, like give them the benefit of the doubt. They're trying their best. Just one place that I'm really different is that now I like feel for moms who have screaming kids in public because I know how it is. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. I don't know that that really answers that question, but that's just one thing I can think of. It's really judgmental to screaming kids before I had kids, but never again. How are the girls napping? Lucy naps great. She's starting to be against naps more and more, but as soon as you actually get her to lay down, she passes out. And Stella, one day she'll sleep great, the next day it's terrible. Most days she will get at least a good hour and a half nap in at some point. It just depends. Can you do a dedicated video to Lucy's birth story, or have I missed that? No, you didn't miss it. I've never done a dedicated video for Lucy's birth, but I did do a blog post. I'll link that blog post down below. If you guys didn't know, I was in labor with Lucy for 50 hours. I pushed for an hour and a half and then she came out and she was struggling to breathe. I didn't actually get to hold Lucy till like she was hours and hours old. But I will link that blog post down below. I guess I could do a dedicated birth story, but all of the information's in that blog post. How did you know you were ready for baby number 2? Lucy was just a really easy baby, and when she turned 1, we're like, we could definitely do this again, so we did. I feel like there's just like a light bulb that turned on and we're like, we need a second baby. And we were just like, well, maybe, and then boom. It happened when we weren't really trying. This is a good question. What are some things you and your husband struggle with most in your marriage? We are so far from having a perfect marriage. Because I mean, obviously we're imperfect people. Nobody has a perfect marriage, but I do feel like we have a very healthy marriage. Should have read through these questions before so I could be prepared for them. We used to struggle and argue about money a lot, like years ago, just because I don't feel like we were on the same page at all on like what we were spending money on and what we needed to be spending money on, but we do not have that issue at all anymore. We don't argue about money at all. We are very much so on the same page with that. One thing that I would say we argue about is Shane works his butt off. I think he's the hardest worker, and then he literally built us a house on top of working full time, was here constantly. So I think he's such a hard worker, but also I feel like I'm a very hard worker. Sometimes I think that he can underestimate like the amount of things I get done in a day. And so sometimes we argue about that, but Shane and I are both very hard-headed and both always think we are right, even though I feel like I'm not right very much and he's right actually all the time. So we just kind of butt heads occasionally with that, but love to give you guys some tea on our relationship, but there's just not a lot of it. We just kind of bicker like most random little things. Yeah. Any tips on how to transition baby to formula? How did Stella do? My little one refuses. A whole lot of tips because Stella loved it from the get-go. I mixed it the first probably week or so with my breast milk, but then she just decided she liked it as is. So I don't really have advice for that. Just keep trying. What kind of workouts do you do when you go to the gym? Pretty basic. I really like to run on the treadmill for like 1 or 2 miles, nothing crazy. And then I just like to do some of the machines. I really love doing leg workouts and arm workouts. I stay so far away from abs. I do abs like maybe once a week. I hate abs, which is probably why my stomach looks very pudgy still, but I hate abs. This is a hard one. Which could you live without, coffee, makeup, or Target? Probably coffee. I don't think I need coffee. I just really enjoy it. Granted, I don't need any of these things to live, but I Probably say coffee. Haven't heard much about your business. How is it and what else are you launching? Just posted a preview of our spring release on our Instagram. So go follow Lubella Supply if you want to see a preview of that. Posted that after these stories. So yes, that is what we're launching. We have 2 new swaddles and pacifier clips. What else? How is it? It's going really well. It's grown a good amount this month and now we are ready to like scale it and work really hard on it. That's why I'm working hard on the website to get our swaddles and other products to Canada. And I'm also working on limited releases like t-shirts and stuff that I've been designing. So I'm working on that, but Amazon is going really, really well. With Stella sleeping through the night before her helmet, we got our helmet on Friday. Yes and no. She wasn't sleeping all the way through the night, but she was sleeping around 7 hours straight, which she does most nights now. It kind of depends. She actually got a cold the week before she got her helmet and she like regressed. Well, I regressed and she regressed because I went in there to put her pacifier in all the time. But then yeah, the first few nights sleeping in it were not great, but I feel like the helmet can definitely mess them up for a little bit until they get used to it. But now I feel like she's going to be so confused when she gets it off. Where do you hope you and your family are in a year and 5 years? I don't know if this was in the same spot as it was before, but anyway, where do we see ourselves in a year and 5 years? 1 year, let's see here. In 1 year, I would love for Shane to be working from home full time. We are so passionate about working for ourselves and growing our own businesses. So yeah, in a year, I would definitely love for him to be home, but he also does really like his job. So it's just kind of up in the air. That'd be the biggest thing in 1 year. And then in 5 years, how old will I be? I'll be 32. Lucy will be an 8-year-old. Wow, that's crazy. I would love for us to be building a home in the country on our dream land. That's the goal. What I'm looking for in this life is happy and healthy kids and just living life to the fullest. I would say in 5 years, we will definitely have another baby, maybe 2. Definitely no more than 2, but maybe 1 or 2 more babies. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Do you and your husband have similar parenting styles? If not, how do you deal with it? I think that we do have very similar parenting styles. Depending on the situation, one of us could be a little more tough than the other, but at the end of the day, we're both total softies. We love our kids so hard, but I would say as a whole, I am more into like the gentle parenting style, but he's not like a hard ass or anything. I would say we're pretty similar. How long have you and Shane been together and when did you get married? Just had our 8-year dating anniversary at the end of March. And then we've been married for 4 years on April 11th. So yeah, we've been together for 8 years. We've known each other for 10 and we started dating when I was 19 and he was 20. Do your friends have kids also? If not, has it affected how much you see and hang out with them? So no, not very many of my friends at all have kids, like my pre-baby friends. I've definitely made more mom friends, which has been a total blessing because they just get it. But one of my friends that I've been friends with forever is having a baby in July and I cannot wait. And I feel like we've definitely talked more because of it. She's like one of my few pre-baby friends that have babies. Or having a baby. She doesn't even have one yet. But you guys, when I did my assumptions video, think that I have no friends, so whatever. My future brother-in-law said who in the family is best at charades, and I'm gonna have to say Casey. Not me, that's for sure. How often does date night happen for you guys? In March, we went on a date every single weekend. It was amazing. And then in April, we went on a couple, and then just last weekend, we went to a wedding, so that was a date night for us too. We don't have a schedule of date nights or anything, but I would say that we do get a good amount of them, which is such a blessing. Why are you so beautiful? Thank you. It's foundation. What kind of car do you drive? Any plans to switch to? Yes, SUV. Plans to switch to an SUV since you've got 2 kids. I have a Nissan Sentra and I love that car. I think it's a very nice vehicle. I got it when I was pregnant with Lucy. So it is a very nice car, no bad things to say about it, but it's tiny. I am getting a new vehicle hopefully in the next few months. Yeah, my car is just too small. My double stroller hardly fits in the back. Yeah, my top choice right now is a Ford Explorer. But Shane thinks we should just go bigger and not have to like switch again when we have another kid, which who knows when that'll be. Yes, we're looking into SUVs and we're gonna get a new one in a few months probably. What high chair did you end up getting for Stella? I got the Ingenuity one. I love it so much. I will link it down below. I think it's like $100, so it's not even expensive. Favorite Etsy and Instagram shops? I feel like this video is gonna be really long, so I don't wanna list like 10 different ones, but I will tell you guys my favorite Etsy shop because I get asked all the time where the girls' lovies are from. from. It's from Stella and Lou, probably 6 of them and 2 blankets. They are the best. And no, it's not my shop. I realize that it's my kids' names, but no, they're just 2 really sweet girls from Iowa, and I love their loveys. So I will link them down below. Do you want to start selling besides swaddles, and when will they come to Canada? So I kind of mentioned it a little earlier in this, but we're doing pacifier clips, and then we have 2 different style of swaddles, and I'm working on a website. So I'm going to ship from the website to Canada. It's just too expensive for us to list on Amazon.ca. So yes, as soon as I can get the website going, you guys can get them to Canada. And also I'm doing limited releases over there. So whether that be t-shirts, mugs, I'm open to pretty much whatever, just what I feel like designing. I don't know, we will see where I take it, but I do love having our products on Amazon. It says, you're only 2 months older than me. You seem so much more mature than other women our age. I take that as a compliment, thank you. I would like to think that I'm relatively mature, but also the amount of dirty jokes I make is out of this world, so don't be fooled. How did you meet your husband? My husband's name is Shane too. We went to college together, and I played volleyball and he played baseball, and we were just around. He went after me for well over a year, and I ditched him several times, but now we're here, so it's okay. Where are your favorite places to shop for home decor, and what's the next house project? I love Home Goods, West Elm. Those are probably my 2 favorites, but I'll shop anywhere. Garage sales, it doesn't matter. Order the cabinets we need for the island this weekend, and it's not gonna match our cabinets. I'm very excited. It's gonna be a little different. So that is probably our next project, to get the kitchen finished, and then the garage. Shane's gonna build a garage, so yeah. That's a big project. That's a big undertaking, and it's gonna take a long time. Where you live now, your forever home. So no, it's not our forever home. Do I love this home? Yes. Have we poured our heart and soul into it? Yes. Is it next door to my parents? Yes. All positives. I love this house, but at the end of the day, Shane and I both just really want to have land, and we really want to live in the country. So not our forever home, but we will not be moving from here anytime soon. What do you consider the perfect age gap between kids? Well, I only have 2 kids, so I can only speak on them being exactly 2 years apart. They're 1 day shy of being 2 years and 1 month apart. So that's all I know. And I think personally it's been totally fine, but I think I would like to shoot for like a 2.5, 3 year age gap next time. But really, who's to say? We have no clue what the world has in store for us. So I don't know. What's your guilty pleasure? Could be a certain TV show, snack, etc. I love sweets. I love brownies, cookies, candy. I love that. I'm trying to quit it, but I love those. I'd say my other guilty pleasure is definitely true crime. Love true crime podcasts, like My Favorite Murder, obsessed. Yeah, any true crime I love. Stella is officially waking up, and I have a lot more to go through. So let me see. Will you ever remodel another house? Our house personally, like a new house, like buying another fixer-upper for us to live in, probably not. I would say more realistically, we will build a new house. But buying a new house to flip could definitely be in the cards in the next few years. We'll just have to see. Shane is just so good at it. He should be redoing houses. Like, he's amazing. Daughter goes to get her helmet soon. Tips and tricks to help her get used to it. Get into the 23-hour wear. As long as there's no rashes or anything, I feel like they do get used to it really quick. So you just gotta stay persistent and know that you're probably gonna have like a hard few days adjusting to it, but it does get better. What was your favorite childhood vacation? We actually went on very few vacations because there were 7 kids. So that's very expensive, but I would say my best memories are just going camping with my dad and like other families. It was so much fun. Experience with the doc band been for Stella, and heat rash and how to heal it. It's been really good. She's adjusted great. And no, we haven't had any heat rashes at all. How do you find the confidence to put yourself out there on YouTube and starting a new business? Doesn't really seem like it on my videos, but I naturally am a pretty shy person. I have a hard time meeting new people. I'm just awkward, I feel like. Here, I just told myself that I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna meet new people, and I'm going to take leaps, and I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. I've learned that the best things happen when you get out of your comfort zone, and that's just what I'm working towards every day, is getting out of my comfort zone and just being confident in myself. Why is my hand doing this? I'm just learning every day how to be confident in myself, and you just kind of need to take the leap and do it if it's something you're really passionate about. It took me 5 years of wanting to start a channel before I actually did it, so don't be like me, just do it. What does your husband do for work? Husband is a senior inside sales administrator or something. like that for a sewer equipment company. Do you like doing collabs with other mamas? Yes, I do. I haven't done very many of them, but I have liked them. There are 2 more questions because there's still a lot to go through, but if you could go on a family vacation right now, where would it be? Lucy is begging us to go to the beach every day. Just this morning she goes, can we go to the beach? Can I play in the sand? Can I make a sand castle? So I would say a beach trip. I don't know if we'll take her to the ocean this summer, but I'm definitely gonna find a beach and take her to it, maybe just Lake Michigan. This question is pretty loaded. It says, have you ever cheated? If you mean in a relationship, no way, never would I ever. I am like fiercely loyal. I would never cheat on someone. An excuse to cheat in a relationship. There's just not. So I'm sorry if you feel different, but yeah, no. If you mean like cheated on a test, yes. Yes, I have. Cheated in Monopoly once or twice, maybe. Yeah, I have. But in a relationship, I would never do that to Shane. I would never do that to my family. Just would never do it. But on that note, I'm gonna end this video. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.
I'm hoping what I said could make you change your mind.